Imagine waking up every day feeling calm, centered, and ready to face whatever life throws at you. No more spiraling thoughts, no more emotional chaos, just a sense of balance and clarity guiding you through. Emotional well-being isn't just a luxury, it's the foundation for a truly fulfilling life. And the best part? Achieving it doesn't require years of struggle or complicated techniques. Buddhist wisdom has gifted us simple, transformative habits that can unlock this peace within us. By the end of this video, you'll discover 7 life-changing practices that will not only boost your emotional health, but also help you see the world and yourself in a whole new light. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might just be the key to the inner happiness you've been searching for. The silent force that forms every part of our lives. Emotional well-being. What occurs when our emotions are balanced? We find our way to challenges with clarity, form stronger connections in work and in intimate relationships, and decide with confidence. Even the simplest of tasks overwhelm us when emotions overwhelm us. According to Buddhism, inner peace is not something you find accidentally, it's something you work on. And it's by cultivating, with mindfulness, our emotional well-being that we build a life full of harmony, joy, and resilience flow. And this is what allows us to actually really thrive, whatever life throws at us. Let's explore the 7 habits that transfer your life. Habit 1. Start each day with a clear intention. When you wake up every morning, that's a choice. You can choose to let the day pull you in every which way, like a leaf caught in the wind, or you can take charge, beginning with a single clear intention. And it's not just a buzzword or a quote you can read. This is one of the easiest yet most transformational habits you can adopt. In Buddhism, there's a profound teaching. What you think, you become. Seeds of thought and emotion are some things your thoughts and emotions are like, and every morning you plant some of them. Thinking of picking the seeds for the life you want to grow begins your day with a clear intention. It is a tone for how you approach your challenges, how you interact with the other humans, and even how you feel about you. An intention is never about what you need to get up and do right now. It's about how you want to live. Let's say, I'll finish my tasks, or I'll do my work well, instead of I'll face my tasks with calm focus. Rather than obsessing over the relationships in your life, you might decide that you'll respond today with kindness, no matter what. The shift in this small mental mindset goes on to create a wave of impact on everything you will interact with, everything you will decide, ending up affecting your emotional well-being. Science backs this up too. Research indicates that people become less stressed and more able to control their emotions when they begin their day with mindful reflection or goal setting. And the beauty of this habit: it doesn't take much time. It doesn't have to be done when you're stuck in a jam, so you can do it while lying in bed with your morning tea, or even a few moments of silence before the dawn of your day. Suppose you begin your day without an intention. Every email, message, or problem is greeted by you, rushing into the chaos with your daily reaction. You're overwhelmed by noon, frustrated because nothing worked, and emotionally drained. This is what the world gets you to do with your mood and energy. You ground yourself in an intention, like putting on armor. You get your move through the day and don't find yourself discombobulated. Your energy is set in the morning and you stay balanced. Recently, we've learned from Buddhism to live mindfully, not by accident or on autopilot, but with awareness. A morning intention is a mindfulness practice, a means to infuse meaning into a single, everyday moment. It's like lighting a candle in a dark room. It doesn't solve the darkness outside, but it does make your way brighter. You might start with something as simple as a mantra. I will choose to be at peace today, or I will be patient with challenges. Write it down, repeat it to yourself, keep it close, just like a compass to help you when the emotions threaten to drown you. This habit is deceptively powerful because it trains your mind to focus on what truly matters. Feeling good in the moment isn't all it's about. It's about building a strong, durable emotional structure over time. And as you practice, you'll notice something amazing. You don't feel as though the days are controlling you anymore. You're in control of how you respond to life. So tomorrow morning, pause. Before you check your phone, before the noise of the world rushes in, take a moment to set your intention. It might feel small, but remember, small steps, when repeated, create extraordinary changes. With this one habit, you're not just starting a new day, you're starting a new way of living. Habit 2. Practice deep listening. Deep listening in a world of noise where everyone is chattering but listening, only a few, is a rare and very powerful gift. Now it has to be about hearing somebody's words and being fully present without judgment, without interruption, open-hearted. Deep listening is a skill, and when you master this skill, you also change your inner world and your relationships with people. One of the Buddhist teachings is about mindful listening, which means that you are paying full attention to what the other person is saying, how they are feeling, and even in the silence. Vulnerable acts like that are an act of compassion, a way to show that you respect and value someone's experience. Deep listening is good for the person listening to you, as well as good for you. The last time you really listened to someone without thinking about what you were going to say or getting a word in for yourself. How did it feel? It may just have helped you feel connected, understood, even peaceful. Now notice how that's different from a conversation where you weren't present and were either scrolling through your phone or mentally rehearsing your next point. Sadly, in most cases, those moments could turn into frustration, communication that fails, and emotional tension. Breaking that cycle is possible in deep listening. When you only concentrate on the person next to you, you provide them with a safe space to talk. And here's the surprising part. Long gone is the idea that healing relationships means healing your own emotions. This practice does both. Listening deeply takes you out of your own mind and its endless buzz. Instead of reacting impulsively, you start to observe. It allows time for your emotions to settle so your mind can feel clear and calm. Understanding why others do what they do and what they really do is key to eliminating much of the emotional pain, Buddhism says. Failing to understand people and being misunderstood cause much of your pain. However, deep listening closes the gap. That's enough to allow you to see past the words and into the intentions and emotions that create them. Take, for instance, you have someone's harsh tone around you and you react immediately. Until you pay attention, you may at least attribute it to his or her trauma or aggravation. It doesn't change what happened, but it can soften your response, replacing it with compassion. Here's how you can start practicing deep listening. When someone speaks to you, stop your inner dialogue. Don't judge, analyze, or prepare your reply. Instead, just focus all of your attention on their words, the way they say it, and how they're saying it. Once your mind starts to go, feel for it to return to the here and now. Also, when they are done speaking, take a minute before answering. It helps create space to begin to understand. This habit impacts in huge ways. In your presence, people will feel seen and heard, and that in itself can deepen your connection with them. However, you will realize a change yourself. The more you start to be observant rather than reactive, the less chaotic your emotions will feel. The conversations with patience and empathy will feel a lot easier and even easier in difficult situations. It takes practice to stop thinking and instead just listen to someone else. And each time you do, you're not just making your relationships better, you're building inner peace. So the next time someone speaks to you, try this. Stop everything else and focus on them. Do not just listen with your ears, but with your heart. But you'll be amazed by how much this simple act brings the emotional clarity and connection. Habit 3. Let go of comparisons. There's a silent thief that steals your joy and robs you of peace every time you look at someone else's life. Comparison. It creeps into your mind. You're not enough, or it's better off for someone else, or anywhere else in your journey. The thing is, comparison is one of the most debasing routines around. It gets to weigh you down emotionally until you begin to feel stressed, inadequate, and alienated from who you really are. Attachment is the Buddhism teacher. The suffering is when we attach. We attach to ideas, to expectations, to comparing ourselves to others. The beauty and the uniqueness of your own path get forgotten when you compare your life to another person's. You do not see your own growth, achievement, or potential. The fact is, you are supposed to not be like anyone else. You can walk your own path in your own time and own your own experiences. The problem with comparison, however, is that it's a false narrative. Today, we spend so much time in the dig-munities, which are basically the highlight reels of others' lives, that we seldom see the negatives. When you compare your behind-the-scenes reality against someone else's curated moments, you start to feel as though you're not being enough. However, this isn't real life. This is just an illusion that makes you insecure and makes you disappointed. It doesn't mean you stop learning or growing by watching how others do. It is just you shifting the focus back to your own journey. Instead, I recommend making a habit of celebrating your own progress and not feeling inferior as such by looking to someone else's success. If it's a step forward, whatever it is, it's a victory. Proof of your strength and resilience is every step you take to hurdle every single challenge you have ever faced and triumphed. There's something in Buddhism called right effort, which is to say, focus on your own path instead of fighting another battle with something detrimental to your own health and well-being. It has nothing to do with being pulled in two directions, or being hindered in some way by where others are at in their walk, or even whether I am in my own walk or not. Comparison kills your peace and sets you up to measure up. You start to understand that the value you have isn't tied up in comparison versus others, and that value has less to do with who you are and who you want to be, and more about the road you're traveling. That's the key to getting out of the comparison trap. Everyone's path is different. Your path is yours, and yours alone, and does not need to look like anyone else's to be an entirely good and meaningful journey. Whenever you customize to your own passions and development, you're setting yourself up for really emotional fullness, self-well-being coming from self-respect and self-recognition. When you drop the comparison, you start the conversation to allow your own happiness to have space. You learn to love your story, your good stories, your progress, and who you are becoming. As you walk your own rainbow, you bring emotional peace and joy naturally because there is no burden of comparison. Habit 4. Journaling for emotional clarity. Out-of-control emotions make you feel like you're drowning in a sea of confusion. You just think when thoughts swirl, anxiety builds, and you try to fit together the pieces that are in a whirlwind. Yet, there's a really simple but unbelievably effective way to take hold of this emotional chaos: journaling. Simply writing down your thoughts and feelings makes a record of your day, but creating an emotional clarity process helps you untangle complicated emotions and calm the mind. Self-reflection has always been focused on in Buddhism. On many occasions, a space is created to understand the insight of the monks who spend time thinking of their thoughts and actions. Journaling is the same thing, letting you step away from your emotions and see them from afar. It's sort of like having a conversation with yourself. You get to ask, what's actually going on here? And why do I feel this way? If you put your thoughts on paper, you give them form, and with form, start to make sense. Because it's so emotional, it's hard to see things clearly. While angry, sad, anxious, or unsure might sound like feelings you have, without clarity, these feelings can spin out of control. Journaling gives you an opportunity to be free when you want to express these emotions. It's a safe place created specifically so that you can explore the interior world and boundaries within you without fear of any judgment. While writing, words make order of jumbled emotions, giving them form and meaning. It becomes manageable what was once overwhelming. The reason journaling works so well is because it gives you the opportunity to see patterns in the way you think and the way you react emotionally. Writing regularly offers a chance to recognize patterns in your thoughts that are stressful or to uncover deeper causes for what you're feeling. Neither self-awareness nor emotional growth begins at this level. Whether it be Buddhist teachings urging us to watch our thoughts without any attachment or journaling, it simply allows you to watch your thoughts the way they are. Your emotions are no longer carried away with you. Rather, you begin to notice them, think about them, and begin to understand them more clearly. But journaling also creates space for gratitude, which alone can shake your emotional state to its core. If your mind is covered in negative thoughts, then it's very easy to just not see the positives in your life. However, a little effort to jot down what you appreciate, starting with that warm cup of tea or that kind word from a friend, will start to shift your vision from lack to abundance. In Buddhism, this practice is on the same level as mindful practice, which focuses on the present moment and finding the beauty in everything, no matter how small it is. One of the most potent ways journaling can serve you is to teach you how to unburden yourself of difficult emotions. Whenever we have to suffer, we want to suppress our feelings, to be away from our feelings. However, not dealing with emotions means you will find more misery. There is nothing to be afraid of when journaling. It allows you to face these emotions head-on, writing about your struggles, your fears, your pain. It may seem weird, but in some ways, writing about it allows you to release some of that shame, some of that power. Writing about yourself and then expressing things you are feeling honestly on paper helps with the emotional release and creates a sense of relief and catharsis. Journaling is so simple and so beautiful. There's no need to be a good writer. You don't have to get it perfect. The aim isn't to make a compelling story. It's to tell what's real to you without hiding anything. Whether you take 5 minutes at a time or for hours, the journaling act brings emotional clarity, emotional balance, and emotional calm. Now, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or emotionally drained, you might want to journal. Begin with just a couple of minutes each day and allow the words to happen naturally. It should be your personal space for self-reflection and emotional clarity of what is happening. So over time, you'll see that this simple habit can be used to calm your mind, help you understand your emotions, and come to the inner peace that is derived when you truly know yourself. Habit 5. Daily moments of stillness. Your daily life rushes. You feel as though you are constantly moving, reacting, and striving for some things. It is goals, deadlines, or just trying to keep up with life requirements. But here's the thing. It doesn't happen when you're always on the go. You never allow yourself to really recharge and find balance. Well, that's the power of stillness. Buddhism shows us the great value in just being in time, without distraction, without doing, and without any thoughts or doing. That's what we call stillness. It's the gap of thought. It's the space to reset with yourself. It's the quiet to bring harmony to the mind. When you're living in a world that never stops moving, stillness is the thing that allows you to still be. And let's be real for a second. How often do you fully allow yourself to be still? For many of us, stillness feels wrong or foreign, almost futile, as we feel bad for not having something up all the time. However, you need to come to learn that these moments of stillness are not a luxury, but a necessity to your emotional well-being. You're allowing your body and mind the time they need to heal and recharge when you take just a couple of minutes each day to stop and breathe. Imagine this. Your day has been busy, your mind chock full, and emotions are stress and tension, wild and unruly. Instead, you sit in silence for just 5 minutes, when instead you should be pushing through the overwhelm. Close your eyes, take a deep breath or two, and don't get so caught up in how your thoughts are running. Let them float through without judgment. That simple act, you have just created a moment of calm within the chaos. During those few minutes of stillness, you remember what peace, clarity, and balance felt like. It is a small practice, but with a big impact. Mindfulness and meditation are central beliefs in Buddhism, rooted in the core idea of returning to stillness, dropping the noise and clamor of the world, and drinking in the quiet present that is in you. It's not about emptying your mind or getting to some state of perfection. It's about finding the grace to stop, to step from the chaos of your thoughts and regain a moment of presence today. And here's the beautiful part. Formal meditation doesn't have to take place for long and be a long, complicated exercise to make a difference. You can practice it throughout your day, even in the smallest of moments. Maybe it's just taking a minute break while you wait for your coffee to brew, a few deep breaths before a meeting, or sitting quietly for a moment during a busy lunch break. When I do these moments regularly, these moments will build up and eventually make you feel emotional peace and emotional clarity that then can help you to carry your day easier and with less of a fuss in you. For me, stillness is an area of emotional hygiene. Just as you clean your house to feel relatively organized, you must loosen and clear your mental space and emotional state to keep your emotional space clean and in balance. Without moments of stillness, your thoughts will become cluttered and your emotions will get wrapped in stress and worry. You give yourself the chance to reset and refresh when you make time for stillness, but when you're busy, it isn't always easy. You create space for new ideas to come forth, for new points of view, for yourself to thrive emotionally. Sometimes the deepest changes for your emotional well-being involve doing less. You don't have to work non-stop or respond to everything. You can move ahead. Just by taking a moment every day to pause, even for a minute, you tap into the deep well of peace within you that is always available. Taking that into consideration, stay still as you continue with your day. You should not be absent in the noise and the busyness of life. Stop, breathe, simply be. Stillness is a must in your daily routine, and there's no excuse why it can't be 5 minutes in the morning, during your lunch break, or right before bed. You'll be blown away at how this tiny little thing can deliver a huge shift in deep peace, emotional clarity, and a sense of natural balance in your life that will outlive the stillness. Without making major changes to your life, you can begin to incorporate these habits starting today, and that's the key. Instead, start with one habit. It can be journaling, practicing stillness, or any of the rest. Start small and build from there. The key is consistency. You don't have to spend hours to make a difference. What's important is to spend these small moments every single day. Keep in mind, change doesn't happen overnight, but with diligent effort, you will start to notice your emotional well-being make a turn toward more peace, clarity, and joy. It is this decision to take action today that starts you on the road to living a calmer and more fulfilling life. Start now. There is no perfect moment. Pick any little habit, however small, and commence using it as a regular ritual of your daily ritual. Over time, as you practice these habits, you will noticeably feel more peace and joy in your emotional being and a life that is more of what you want. What habit are you going to start with then? Let's inspire each other on this journey and, in the comments below, share it. If you want more life-changing wisdom to help you live your best, balanced life, don't forget to subscribe and stay connected for more transformative content. It's worth the effort to put you on a path of emotional well-being. Let's do it together. As the great Buddha once wisely said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." Imagine harnessing the incredible power of your mind to rise above the chaos and negativity that life throws your way. What if I told you that true peace and resilience are not just aspirations, but achievable states of being? Today we're unveiling 10 transformative Buddhist principles that will empower you to cultivate an unshakable inner sanctuary, ensuring that nothing can truly affect you. Principle 1. Forge a firm purpose. Having a clear purpose acts like your guiding star, providing direction and meaning in life. It keeps you focused and driven, making external distractions seem insignificant. When you know why you're here, challenges become stepping stones rather than obstacles. Reflecting on your purpose transforms your approach to life. Ask yourself, what is my purpose? What drives me? Finding your purpose may take time and exploration. Try engaging in new experiences or volunteering in areas that resonate with you. Once you identify your purpose, keep it at the forefront of your mind. Write it down or create reminders to stay connected to it. This practice strengthens your resolve and helps you remain focused, turning challenges into valuable lessons. Forging a firm purpose lays the foundation for resilience and personal growth, guiding you through life's complexities. Principle 2. View everyone as a teacher or a test. Every person you encounter has something to teach you, whether they inspire you or challenge you. By adopting this mindset, you can transform interactions into valuable learning experiences. Instead of viewing difficult people as obstacles, see them as teachers who reveal your strengths and weaknesses. This perspective encourages personal growth and resilience. When someone provokes a negative reaction, ask yourself what you can learn from the situation. Are they triggering a fear or insecurity? Recognizing this helps you develop emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Treating life as a series of tests allows you to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. Each interaction becomes an opportunity for reflection and growth, ultimately leading you to a deeper understanding of yourself and others. Viewing everyone as a teacher or a test enriches your journey, fostering compassion, patience, and personal evolution. Principle 3. Erase your desire to be liked. Erasing your desire to be liked frees you from the burden of seeking validation from others. When you stop trying to please everyone, you can live authentically and align with your true self. This shift in mindset empowers you to express your thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. By focusing on your values and beliefs, you cultivate self-acceptance and confidence. Recognize that not everyone will resonate with you, and that's okay. Instead of worrying about fitting in, embrace your uniqueness and honor your journey. This principle encourages you to build genuine connections based on authenticity rather than superficial approval. When you prioritize being true to yourself, you attract relationships that are more meaningful and fulfilling. Erasing the desire to be liked allows you to live freely and authentically, fostering deeper connections and personal growth. Principle 4. Insult and offense. Understanding that insults and offenses often reflect the insulter's issues can significantly change your perspective. When someone insults you, remember that their words stem from their own insecurities or struggles. By recognizing this, you can detach emotionally from their negativity. Instead of taking offense, approach the situation with empathy and curiosity. Ask yourself why their words affected you. This reflection helps you identify personal triggers and encourages emotional growth. Practicing this principle fosters resilience and inner peace, allowing you to respond to negativity with calmness rather than defensiveness. By letting go of the need for external validation, you create a buffer against the hurtful words of others. Viewing insults as reflections of others' struggles empowers you to maintain your peace and enhances your emotional strength. Principle 5. Be strict with yourself, but tolerant of others. This principle emphasizes the importance of self-discipline while cultivating compassion for those around you. Being strict with yourself means setting high standards and holding yourself accountable for your actions and growth. This dedication to self-improvement drives personal development and strengthens your character. On the other hand, tolerance toward others encourages understanding and patience. Everyone has their struggles and imperfections. Recognizing that we all are on different paths fosters a supportive environment where you can thrive without being hindered by the mistakes of others. By balancing strictness with tolerance, you create a harmonious dynamic that allows for growth and forgiveness. You can strive for excellence in your own life while offering grace and understanding to those around you. Being strict with yourself and tolerant of others promotes a healthy balance between personal ambition and compassion, enriching both your life and the lives of those you interact with. Principle 6. Make peace with pain. Making peace with pain involves acknowledging it as an inevitable part of life, rather than something to be feared or avoided. Pain, whether physical or emotional, serves as a teacher, guiding you toward deeper self-awareness and growth. Instead of resisting or resenting pain, embrace it and explore its lessons. When you accept pain, you can process it more effectively and find the strength to move through it. This acceptance allows you to experience emotions fully without becoming overwhelmed. By recognizing that pain is temporary and often leads to personal growth, you develop resilience and a greater capacity for empathy. Practicing mindfulness can help you stay present with your pain, creating a space for healing and understanding. Instead of letting pain define you, allow it to inform and shape your journey. Making peace with pain transforms your relationship with it, enabling you to cultivate resilience and a deeper understanding of yourself and others. Principle 7. Train yourself to be indifferent to drama. In a world filled with drama, be it in our personal lives, workplaces, or social media, learning to be indifferent to it is an essential skill. Drama often manifests as conflicts, gossip, and emotional upheaval, and it can easily distract us from our goals and inner peace. By training yourself to be indifferent to drama, you create a protective barrier that shields your mental and emotional well-being from unnecessary chaos. Indifference to drama doesn't mean apathy. Rather, it signifies a conscious choice to focus on what truly matters. When you cultivate indifference, you learn to step back and assess situations with a discerning eye. This approach enables you to differentiate between what deserves your attention and what is merely noise. You begin to realize that not every issue or conflict requires your involvement or emotional investment. One effective way to train yourself to be indifferent to drama is through mindfulness and self-awareness. By practicing mindfulness, you can observe your thoughts and emotions without immediately reacting to them. When you encounter drama, whether in conversations or online, you can pause and reflect on how it affects you. Ask yourself, Is this worth my time? How does this contribute to my goals or well-being? This process allows you to disengage from the emotional charge associated with drama, giving you greater control over your reactions. Another strategy is to cultivate a strong sense of self. When you are confident in your identity and purpose, external drama has less power over you. Building self-esteem through positive affirmations, setting boundaries, and surrounding yourself with supportive individuals can enhance your resilience against drama. When you know who you are and what you stand for, the opinions and conflicts of others lose their significance. Practice the art of detachment. Detachment is about not allowing external events to dictate your emotional state. This does not mean being cold or unfeeling. Rather, it involves acknowledging your emotions without letting them overwhelm you. For example, if a colleague engages in gossip, you can choose to remain neutral instead of taking sides or getting pulled into the drama. This level of detachment empowers you to maintain your composure and focus on your priorities. In addition to these strategies, surrounding yourself with positivity can significantly help. Engage with people who uplift and inspire you, and seek out environments that foster positivity and growth. The less drama you invite into your life, the easier it becomes to remain indifferent to the drama that does occur. Training yourself to be indifferent to drama is a powerful tool for cultivating inner peace and resilience. Embracing indifference to drama not only enhances your emotional well-being, but also allows you to invest your energy in pursuits that align with your purpose and values. As you master this principle, you'll find that you can face challenges with a calm demeanor, undisturbed by the distractions of the outside world. Principle 8. No one can hurt you. Understanding that no one can hurt you is a profound realization that can transform your emotional landscape. In life, we often encounter situations where others' words or actions seem to inflict pain, whether it's through criticism, betrayal, or rejection. However, this principle emphasizes that your emotional responses are within your control, empowering you to reclaim your peace and happiness. At the core of this principle is the acknowledgement that pain is often self-inflicted. When someone says something hurtful, the impact it has on you largely depends on your perception and reaction. Their words may strike a chord, but how you respond determines whether they resonate negatively in your heart and mind. By recognizing this, you shift the focus from external factors to your internal processes. To embrace this principle, start by cultivating self-awareness. Reflect on your emotional triggers. What specific comments or actions from others tend to hurt you? By identifying these triggers, you can begin to understand that they often stem from your insecurities or unresolved issues. For instance, if you feel hurt by criticism, ask yourself, why does this affect me so deeply? What part of me feels vulnerable? This introspection can lead to greater self-understanding and emotional resilience. Moreover, practice the art of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you learn to separate your self-worth from others' opinions. When someone criticizes you, take a step back and assess their words objectively. Are they rooted in truth, or are they merely a reflection of their own struggles? By adopting this detached perspective, you can prevent their negativity from affecting your emotional state. Another essential aspect of this principle is to build a strong sense of self-worth. When you value yourself and recognize your intrinsic worth, you become less susceptible to external validation. Engage in positive self-talk, surround yourself with supportive individuals, and celebrate your achievements. The more you cultivate a positive self-image, the less power others' words will have over you. It can be helpful to reframe negative experiences as opportunities for growth. When faced with hurtful comments or actions, consider how they can teach you something valuable. For example, a harsh critique may highlight areas for improvement, prompting you to develop your skills further. This perspective shift allows you to view adversity as a catalyst for personal development rather than a source of pain. Remember that everyone is fighting their own battles. When someone lashes out or says something hurtful, it often reflects their struggles rather than your worth. Understanding this can help you cultivate empathy, allowing you to respond with compassion instead of taking their words to heart. This shift in perspective not only protects your emotional well-being, but also fosters a sense of connection and understanding with others. The principle that no one can hurt you is a powerful reminder of the autonomy you have over your emotional responses. By cultivating self-awareness, practicing detachment, and fostering self-worth, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with grace. Embracing this principle frees you from the shackles of others' opinions, allowing you to cultivate a life of inner peace and resilience. As you master this mindset, you'll find that you can face adversity with strength, remaining unshaken by the words and actions of those around you. Principle 9. Living according to nature. Living according to nature is a profound principle rooted in the understanding that we are an integral part of the natural world. In Buddhism, nature serves as a constant reminder of balance, impermanence, and interconnectedness. By aligning ourselves with the rhythms and cycles of nature, we can cultivate a sense of harmony and peace within ourselves, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and resilience. At its core, living according to nature means recognizing that everything is interconnected. Just as the trees, rivers, and animals form an intricate web of life, so do our actions, thoughts, and emotions. This interconnectedness teaches us that our choices impact not only ourselves, but also the world around us. When we live in harmony with nature, we begin to see ourselves as part of this larger whole, fostering a sense of responsibility and mindfulness in our actions. One of the key lessons from nature is the concept of impermanence. Nature is in a constant state of flux. The seasons change, rivers flow, and life evolves. By embracing this natural rhythm, we learn to accept change as a fundamental aspect of existence. This acceptance can significantly reduce anxiety and fear related to the unpredictability of life. Instead of resisting change, we can cultivate adaptability and resilience, understanding that, like the seasons, our circumstances will inevitably shift. Living according to nature also encourages us to slow down and be present. In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's easy to become disconnected from the natural environment. By taking the time to immerse ourselves in nature, whether it's a walk in the park, hiking in the mountains, or simply observing the clouds, we can reconnect with our inner selves. Nature has a unique way of grounding us, allowing us to let go of distractions and center our thoughts. This mindfulness fosters a deeper appreciation for life and encourages us to live in the moment. Nature teaches us about balance. Just as ecosystems thrive on balance, our lives require equilibrium as well. This means finding a balance between work and rest, ambition and contentment, solitude and connection. By observing the natural world, we can learn to prioritize what truly matters, ensuring that we allocate our time and energy wisely. Recognizing the importance of balance helps us avoid burnout and enhances our overall well-being. Incorporating nature into our daily lives can also serve as a form of self-care. Spending time outdoors, engaging in activities like gardening, hiking, or simply enjoying a sunset can be incredibly restorative. These moments of connection not only nurture our physical health, but also rejuvenate our mental and emotional states. Nature has a calming effect, reducing stress and promoting a sense of tranquility. By making nature a regular part of our lives, we can create a sanctuary that supports our well-being. Living according to nature involves a commitment to sustainability and environmental stewardship. As we recognize our interconnectedness with the natural world, we also acknowledge our responsibility to protect it. This might involve making conscious choices in our daily lives, such as reducing waste, conserving resources, or supporting sustainable practices. By aligning our actions with the values of respect and care for the environment, we contribute to the well-being of the planet and future generations. The principle of living according to nature is a profound invitation to align ourselves with the world around us. By embracing interconnectedness, accepting impermanence, fostering balance, and committing to sustainability, we can cultivate a sense of harmony and purpose in our lives. This principle encourages us to slow down, be present, and appreciate the beauty of the natural world, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. As we learn to live in harmony with nature, we find that it becomes a source of strength, guidance, and inspiration, helping us navigate the complexities of life with grace and resilience. Principle 10. Practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude is a transformative principle that can profoundly enhance your emotional and mental well-being. In a world often focused on what we lack, gratitude shifts our perspective to recognize and appreciate what we have. This practice not only fosters a positive mindset, but also cultivates resilience, helping us navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and strength. At its core, gratitude involves acknowledging and valuing the goodness in our lives. It encourages us to take a moment to reflect on the people, experiences, and blessings that enrich our existence. Gratitude can take many forms, whether it's expressing appreciation for a friend's support, enjoying a beautiful sunset, or savoring a delicious meal. By consciously recognizing these moments of goodness, we cultivate a habit that promotes positivity and well-being. One of the most significant benefits of practicing gratitude is its impact on mental health. Numerous studies have shown that individuals who regularly engage in gratitude practices experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. When we focus on what we are thankful for, we redirect our attention away from negative thoughts and emotions. This shift in focus can lead to a more optimistic outlook on life, enhancing our overall happiness and satisfaction. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. When we express appreciation for others, we foster deeper connections and create a positive feedback loop of kindness and support. A simple thank you can go a long way in acknowledging someone's efforts and showing that we value them. Over time, this practice builds a sense of community and belonging, enhancing our social bonds and making us feel more connected to those around us. To incorporate gratitude into your daily life, consider starting a gratitude journal. This practice involves writing down a few things you are grateful for each day. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Even simple acknowledgements, like a warm cup of coffee or a friendly smile from a stranger, can have a profound effect. Over time, you'll notice patterns of positivity emerging, making it easier to find joy in everyday moments. Another powerful way to practice gratitude is through mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to be present in the moment, allowing us to fully appreciate our experiences. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to the beauty and blessings around us, whether it's the laughter of a loved one, the warmth of sunlight on our skin, or the comfort of our home. Mindfulness helps us cultivate an awareness of life's simple pleasures, reinforcing our sense of gratitude. In addition to personal practices, expressing gratitude to others can strengthen our connections. Take time to tell the people in your life why you appreciate them. Write letters, send messages, or simply share your feelings in person. This not only uplifts those around you, but also deepens your bonds, creating a cycle of gratitude that enriches both your life and theirs. Practicing gratitude in challenging times can be particularly powerful. When faced with adversity, it can be easy to focus solely on the negatives. However, finding moments of gratitude, even in difficult situations, helps to reframe our perspective. For example, during a tough day, you might find gratitude for the lessons learned or the strength you discover within yourself. This practice fosters resilience, reminding us that even in hardship, there are glimmers of hope and positivity. Practicing gratitude is a powerful principle that can transform your life. By consciously acknowledging the goodness in our lives, we enhance our mental health, strengthen our relationships, and cultivate a more positive outlook. Incorporating gratitude into our daily routines, whether through journaling, mindfulness, or expressing appreciation to others, can create a ripple effect of positivity in our lives and communities. As we embrace this principle, we learn to navigate life's challenges with grace, recognizing that even in the face of adversity, there is always something to be thankful for. Remember, these 10 principles are tools for your journey toward emotional freedom. Incorporate them into your life, and you'll find that nothing can truly affect you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let us know in the comments how you implement these principles in your daily life. Until next time, stay empowered. Overthinking is the silent thief of joy, robbing you of peace, clarity, and purpose. It traps you in an endless loop, reliving past mistakes, fearing an uncertain future, or obsessing over every decision. Each thought feels like a solution, yet it only deepens the chaos, leaving you drained, anxious, and mentally paralyzed. In a world that never slows down, where distractions are constant, uncertainty is overwhelming, and the pressure to control everything feels inescapable, overthinking has become a modern epidemic. The harder we try to analyze, predict, or perfect, the more tangled our minds become, amplifying our inner turmoil and leaving us stuck in a cycle of stress and self-doubt. But what if there's a way out? A way to quiet the mental storm and rediscover the peace you thought was lost. As Buddha once said, "You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger." Now replace anger with overthinking, and it's the same trap we all fall into. Buddhist philosophy offers a timeless remedy to this modern dilemma. By embracing its profound teachings on mindfulness, simplicity, and impermanence, you can finally break free from the grip of overthinking, regain emotional balance, and find true clarity in the present moment. In this video, I'll share 6 life-changing Buddhist teachings to help you escape the overthinking trap. At the end, there is a powerful bonus lesson, one that could transform not just your thoughts, but your entire approach to life. This is the key to the inner peace you've been searching for. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Focus on the present moment. Overthinking often feels like being trapped in a storm of thoughts, each one pulling you in a different direction. But as the Buddha wisely said, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. These words hold a profound truth. Overthinking thrives when our minds are tethered to what has already happened or what might come. By learning to focus on the present, we can begin to calm the storm. Imagine crossing a wide, rushing river. If you fixate on the distant shore, the journey feels overwhelming. If you worry about the current beneath you, fear might paralyze you. But if you focus on the stone beneath your feet and the next step ahead, the task becomes manageable. Life works the same way. Overthinking takes hold when we allow ourselves to be consumed by regrets from yesterday or anxieties about tomorrow. The present moment, however, offers a refuge, a place where the mind can rest and find peace. Practicing mindfulness is one way to anchor yourself in the now. This doesn't require grand gestures or hours of meditation. Start small. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Notice the sensation of air entering your lungs and leaving your body. Feel the ground beneath your feet or the texture of objects around you. These simple acts of awareness draw you back to the present, breaking the grip of spiraling thoughts. When you focus on the present, you gain clarity. The noise of the past and future fades, leaving room for calm and intentional action. You realize that in this moment, you are safe. You are enough. As the storm subsides, peace takes its place. A peace rooted not in escaping life's challenges, but in confronting them with a clear and steady mind. Pause for a moment and think. What is one thought about the past or future that you can release right now? Let it go. Allow yourself to be here in this moment, fully present. Just like the river metaphor, the next step is always within reach if you remain focused on where you are. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, transforming overthinking into a sense of mindfulness and clarity, and in that clarity, true inner peace begins to bloom. 2. Let thoughts pass like clouds. The Buddha once taught that thoughts are like clouds. They drift into the mind, linger for a moment, and then pass away. Yet we often forget this truth, clinging to certain thoughts as if they define us, creating unnecessary suffering. Overthinkers, in particular, get caught in the storm of their own minds, treating every passing cloud as if it were permanent. But here's the secret. Thoughts, like clouds, are fleeting. They come, they go, and they only control us if we let them. Imagine sitting beside a calm river. Leaves float gently on the surface, carried by the current. You wouldn't dive into the water to chase a single leaf, nor would you try to stop the flow of the river entirely. Instead, you would watch the leaves drift by, acknowledging them without needing to hold on. This is how we should treat our thoughts. Observe them, let them pass, and resist the urge to grab hold of each one. When a worrisome thought arises, perhaps about a mistake you made or an uncertainty about the future, pause. Instead of wrestling with it or trying to suppress it, visualize it as a cloud in the sky. See it drift, changing shape and eventually disappearing over the horizon. This practice is not about ignoring your thoughts, but understanding that they are not you. They are merely passing phenomena, like the clouds or the leaves on the river. Clinging to thoughts gives them power. It's the act of over-identification, believing that every thought reflects reality, that traps us in cycles of overthinking. By learning to detach, you regain control over your mind. You recognize that just because a thought enters your mind doesn't mean it has to stay there or dictate your actions. This simple shift in perspective creates profound change. Detachment from thoughts frees your emotions from their grip, allowing you to experience life with more clarity and peace. You stop reacting impulsively to every fleeting worry or self-doubt, and instead respond with calmness and wisdom. Take a moment now and practice this. Close your eyes and picture one troubling thought as a cloud in the sky. Watch it drift, and as it moves away, notice how its weight begins to lift from your mind. The sky remains vast and untouched, just as your mind remains pure and open, regardless of passing thoughts. Over time, this practice strengthens your emotional resilience, helping you move through life with the peace and clarity you deserve. Let your thoughts float by and allow yourself the freedom to simply be. 3. Release the need for control. The Buddha taught, suffering is not caused by events, but by our reaction to them. These words point to a powerful truth. Much of the anxiety we experience doesn't come from life's challenges themselves, but from our resistance to them. Overthinking, at its core, is often a desperate attempt to control the uncontrollable, a futile struggle against reality that leaves us exhausted and stressed. To find peace, we must release this need for control. Picture yourself pushing a massive boulder up a steep hill. Every ounce of your energy is spent fighting gravity, yet the higher you climb, the harder the struggle becomes. Now imagine pausing, letting the boulder roll away. What happens? The weight lifts, the path ahead becomes clearer, and you can move forward freely. This is what happens when you stop trying to control things beyond your power. You don't give up on life's challenges. Instead, you let go of the unnecessary burden of resistance. Life is filled with uncertainties, and the mind's natural response is to overthink, analyzing every possibility, trying to plan for every outcome. But no amount of mental effort can guarantee what tomorrow will bring. The rain will fall when it falls. The seasons will change when they're ready. Instead of clinging to the illusion of control, reflect on what truly lies within your grasp. You cannot change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails. When you embrace surrender, not as a sign of weakness, but as an act of wisdom, you free yourself from needless suffering. Begin by identifying one worry that has been occupying your mind. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, release it. Visualize the worry as a bird you're holding tightly in your hands. Open your palms and watch it fly away. This practice of letting go lightens your mental load, creating space for clarity and calm. By releasing the need for control, you discover an incredible truth. Uncertainty isn't something to fear. It's a natural part of life, a space where growth and possibility reside. Accepting this allows your mind to rest and your heart to find peace. You're no longer trapped in a cycle of what-ifs, but grounded in the freedom of the present moment. Pause and reflect. What is one situation in your life that you've been struggling to control? What would happen if you simply let it be? In this act of surrender, you'll find the serenity you've been seeking. As the Buddha reminds us, the path to freedom isn't in controlling life, it's in learning to flow with it. 4. Anchor yourself through mindfulness. The Buddha said, "When the mind is calm, the breath is calm." These simple words hold the key to unraveling the tangled knots of overthinking. A racing mind often feels like a storm, chaotic, overwhelming, and out of control. But in the midst of that storm, mindfulness serves as a lighthouse, steady and unshaken, guiding you back to safety. By anchoring yourself in the present moment, you can find clarity and calm, no matter how turbulent your thoughts may seem. Imagine you're on a small boat caught in a fierce storm at sea. The waves crash, the wind howls, and you're tossed in every direction. But in the distance, you see the beam of a lighthouse cutting through the darkness, showing you the way. That light is mindfulness, a practice that brings you back to solid ground when your mind feels lost in the chaos of overthinking. Start by focusing on your breath. It's always with you, a constant rhythm that connects you to the present moment. Inhale deeply through your nose, feeling your lungs expand. Hold the breath for a moment, noticing the stillness. Then exhale slowly, releasing tension with each breath. This simple act draws your attention away from the swirling storm of thoughts and anchors you in the here and now. The beauty of mindfulness is that it's accessible anywhere, anytime. Whether you're in traffic, sitting at your desk, or lying awake at night, you can return to your breath. And with each mindful moment, the storm inside you begins to calm. Your thoughts, like waves, may continue to rise and fall, but they no longer have the power to toss you about. You become the observer, steady and grounded, watching the waves pass. Over time, mindfulness transforms how you respond to stress and overthinking. Instead of reacting impulsively or letting worries spiral, you pause, breathe, and center yourself. This practice not only quiets the mind, but also creates space for clarity, helping you make decisions with wisdom rather than fear. Take a moment now to try it. Close your eyes, take a slow breath, and notice how it feels to simply be. As you exhale, let go of one thought that has been weighing on you. Feel the relief as you return to the present moment where peace resides. In the storm of overthinking, let mindfulness be your lighthouse. It won't stop the waves, but it will guide you safely through them, reminding you that the calm you seek is always within reach. 5. Simplicity brings freedom. The Buddha taught, happiness is not a goal, it is the path. These words remind us that the complexity we often chase in life, the endless striving, the cluttered mind, the overthinking, only pulls us further from the peace we seek. Simplicity, on the other hand, is liberating. It clears the mental fog, helping us find clarity and joy in the present. To stop overthinking, we must learn to simplify not just our lives, but our thoughts. Picture a tree in a dense forest, its branches heavy with tangled growth. The excess doesn't help it thrive. It blocks sunlight, stifles new growth, and drains its energy. But when the unnecessary branches are pruned, the tree flourishes, focusing its strength on what truly matters. Life is much the same. Our minds become crowded with unnecessary worries, tasks, and distractions, leaving little room for peace. But when we simplify, we create space for what truly brings happiness. Start by identifying what's essential in your life, what truly matters to you, what nurtures your soul and aligns with your purpose. Once you've identified these priorities, let go of the rest. This can be as simple as saying no to commitments that drain you, decluttering your physical space, or limiting the time you spend on social media. Each small act of simplification clears space in your mind, reducing the overwhelm that fuels overthinking. Simplifying your thoughts is just as important. When you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, pause and ask, is this thought helping me or hindering me? Imagine you're pruning a tree, cutting away thoughts that don't serve you, letting the light of clarity shine through. This mental practice allows you to focus on solutions instead of problems, presence instead of worry. Simplicity doesn't mean giving up ambition or living without goals. It means stripping away the excess that weighs you down, so you can move forward with lightness and intention. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. And in this simplicity, you find freedom, a freedom from the endless loops of overthinking, a freedom to simply be. Take a moment now to reflect. What is one thing you can let go of today, whether it's a task, a worry, or a thought that doesn't serve your peace? Release it and notice the space it creates. Like the pruned tree, you'll find yourself thriving, no longer burdened by the unnecessary. As the Buddha reminds us, the path to happiness isn't found in more, it's found in less. Simplicity is the key to inner peace. 6. Trust in impermanence. The Buddha taught, all conditioned things are impermanent. This profound truth holds a key to overcoming overthinking. So often, we spiral into worry because we perceive our challenges as permanent, as if they will define our entire lives. But impermanence reminds us that nothing lasts forever, not our joys, nor our struggles. Understanding this truth allows us to approach life's storms with hope and resilience. Imagine a powerful storm rolling across the sky. The thunder roars, the rain pours, and the winds howl. It feels endless, overwhelming, but inevitably the storm passes. The sun breaks through the clouds, and the world feels renewed. Our struggles are no different. Even the darkest moments eventually give way to light. When you trust in impermanence, you stop fearing the storm and start believing in the sunrise. Overthinking often clings to the idea of permanence. What if this failure defines me? What if this pain never ends? But this is an illusion. When you remind yourself that everything is temporary, you loosen the grip of fear and anxiety. The bad days, the sleepless nights, the overwhelming stress, they are all passing visitors, not permanent residents in your life. When you face a challenge, pause and repeat to yourself, "This too shall pass." Let those words anchor you in hope. They are not just a mantra, but a reminder of life's ever-changing nature. Use this truth as a tool for resilience. If you're overwhelmed at work or caught in a conflict, step back and visualize the situation as a wave rising and falling. No wave lasts forever. It comes, it peaks, and it subsides. Trusting in impermanence doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or challenges. It means facing them with the wisdom that they are not the entirety of your story. Just as the seasons change, so too will your circumstances. This mindset not only calms the mind, but also gives you the strength to endure. Instead of being consumed by overthinking, you can focus on navigating through the moment, knowing brighter days are ahead. Reflect for a moment. What worry or struggle feels overwhelming to you right now? Imagine it as a storm passing through the sky. Feel the weight lifting as you realize it will not last forever. Trust in impermanence, and you'll find yourself letting go of the fear that feeds overthinking. As the Buddha's wisdom reminds us, life is in constant motion, ever-changing. By embracing this truth, you can free yourself from the chains of overthinking and discover the peace that lies in trusting the flow of impermanence. The storm will pass, and the sun will rise again. As promised at the beginning, here is the bonus lesson: the power of compassion for yourself. The Buddha taught that compassion is not just for others, it begins within. Yet, when our minds are tangled in overthinking, we often forget this essential truth. Instead of kindness, we judge ourselves harshly, feeding the cycle of stress and self-criticism. But what if you could break free? What if, in moments of overwhelm, you chose to treat yourself with the same compassion you'd offer a dear friend? This simple shift holds the power to heal and transform. Imagine a delicate sapling in a garden. If the wind bends it or the sun scorches it, you don't blame the sapling for its fragility. You nurture it, ensuring it gets water, care, and protection so it can grow strong again. Your mind is no different. When you're weighed down by overthinking, it's not weakness. It's a sign you need patience and care. Self-compassion is the water that nourishes your inner resilience. Recognize your struggles without judging yourself. Overthinking often stems from expecting perfection. We replay conversations, overanalyze decisions, and pick apart every flaw, believing it will help us prevent mistakes in the future. However, this constant self-criticism only adds to our pain. Take a moment to pause and remind yourself, I'm human. It's normal to feel overwhelmed. This small act of self-acceptance feels like opening a window in a stuffy room, allowing fresh air and light to come in. Then practice speaking kindly to yourself. If a friend approached you feeling anxious, you wouldn't dismiss their emotions or criticize them for overthinking. You'd offer them words of comfort, empathy, and support. Show yourself that same kindness. When your mind spirals, softly say, "It's okay. You're trying your best." Pause and take a deep breath. These simple affirmations create a feeling of emotional safety, helping to calm your inner struggles. Self-compassion doesn't mean avoiding responsibility or turning away from challenges. It means facing them with kindness and without the weight of self-judgment. This mindset helps you see solutions more clearly because you're no longer battling against yourself. With time, self-compassion becomes second nature, softening the intensity of overthinking and opening the door to inner peace. Take a moment to reflect. What's one kind thing you can tell yourself today? Write it down or say it out loud. Let this thought become your anchor when overthinking takes hold. Just as a sapling grows strong under gentle care, your mind will flourish when nurtured with patience and kindness. The Buddha's teachings remind us that compassion is a powerful force for healing. By directing it inward, you not only loosen the grip of overthinking, but also lay the groundwork for lasting peace and emotional freedom. Be gentle with yourself. It's the first step toward true liberation. In life's journey, our mind can either be our biggest obstacle or our greatest ally. Overthinking, much like a storm, clouds our judgment and pulls us away from the present moment. Yet, within Buddhism's teachings lies timeless wisdom to calm this storm and reconnect with the peace that resides within us all. By grounding ourselves in the present, letting go of attachments, and embracing impermanence, we can transform inner chaos into a haven of stillness. The Buddha once said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This profound insight reminds us of the power we hold to shape our reality. Through mindfulness, simplicity, and self-compassion, we can train our minds to release unnecessary burdens and uncover the joy and tranquility hidden beneath the noise. Each moment offers a chance to return to this peace and truly live in the present. Zen philosophy reveals the beauty of simplicity. When you understand that nothing is truly lacking, the entire world feels like it belongs to you. By embracing life's natural flow and trusting its impermanence, we free ourselves from overthinking and discover a deep sense of gratitude for the present. Each breath, each moment, becomes a sacred treasure when we stop chasing and start simply being. Reflect on these ideas and take a moment to pause and breathe deeply. Start your journey today by allowing just one small worry to pass without holding on to it. Transformation begins with a single step toward inner peace. If this video resonated with you, remember to like and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. Share your thoughts or favorite teachings in the comments below, and subscribe to Buddha's Eternal Wisdom for more profound lessons on living a peaceful and meaningful life. Stay mindful, stay present, and may serenity fill every moment of your journey.